Welcome, everyone, to another SlabStox live show here on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Today is Memorial Day, so we will have an abbreviated 30-minute episode today, but it's going to be an exciting one because we do have sports card trivia. Nate, welcome, and I hope you're having a great Memorial Day, just like everyone else here in the chat who does make it today.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful day. There's a nice breeze outside. It's warm, but there's a nice breeze. So it's been a good day, and excited to see some of this trivia because I don't know what's coming.
Absolutely, man. This trivia, it's a pretty good one. I'd say some of these are pretty challenging. Some of them are maybe a little bit easier, but I hope I got as creative as possible. I don't know how many people are going to actually be able to make it to today's episode, but those that are here, we need y'all to be attentive and responding in the comments about what you think these answers to the trivia are, so we can get some audience comments in there to read out throughout the stream today. But before we do get into the trivia, I want to share a post here that Card Collector 2 put up. Ryan on his page here. It's of the Pat Tillman, the Optic downtown, where it's got him in his military uniform, him on the Cardinals team, and then also a bald eagle behind it with the American flag. It's probably one of the coolest design cards I've ever seen. Absolutely spectacular card, and his caption read, "Let their remembrance be as lasting as the land they honored." And then he said, "Thank you to all the men and women who serve or have served this country." I just want to reiterate that and share us out there because, yes, thank you to anyone who is watching who might be a veteran or who is serving right now, too. It means a lot to all of us here. And excited for today's episode on this Memorial Day to commemorate it. So looks like we got Jordan and Daniel in the chat today. So and I want to shout out Jordan. This episode is fully because of Jordan, because last night in our Flip Quest episode, which we will cover here in a second, he said, "Hey, how about some sports card trivia?" And I said, "All right, let's do it tomorrow." So here we are doing some sports card trivia. We've tossed the idea around a lot internally, just through different content pieces also. So it works perfectly here. I'm excited for it. And what is up, Daniel? Excited for today. Before getting into the trivia, though, we are covering the PWCC Weekly Auction number 19. We have the third week in a row now of doing one of these pick your portfolio, build your portfolio on one card from each tier. Nate, I think the way we should do this is you should pick your three, I'll pick my three, and then we'll you can guess. I don't know if you've seen what maybe the audience would vote on.
I like it. All right, I have not seen. I don't know if I've even looked at my phone today.
There you go. Well, hey, by the way, I think your mic might be on the wrong setting, so if you want to flip that quick. How
One
dare
second.
you?
Is it coming through the
computer
camera?
Oh, or the camera, whatever it is. Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Much better. Much better.
All right, here I was trying to
pick your three.
Anytime there was background noise, it wasn't working. All right, so I'm picking my three. Of course, I'm going with the Acuna Independence Day. There's literally no doubt.
It's a no-brainer.
Also, he's the best player of the three up there. Also, no doubt. So, like, that's an easy choice for me. Though obviously the Phil Fulton 101 is very nasty. But give me the Acuna Independence Day. That's the nicest parallel of any parallel in the history of parallels. The next one's a little bit harder because, like, I like all three cards. Obviously, Mickey Mantle, everyone knows. Jay-Z, everyone knows. Aaron Rodgers, as a Packer fan, yeah, he's in a Cal Bears uniform, but
it is a rookie auto.
It is a rookie auto. But I think for me, from like how many people will know him, I got to go with the Jay-Z.
Wow.
Just long term, I think more people will know about Jay-Z than they will Mickey Mantle or Aaron Rodgers. So I'm taking the Jay-Z. And then lastly, I'm going with the Yelich. I love those Emerald PSA 10.
I think we just lost Nate for a second here. I just lost you on the last. You said you love those Emerald Tops updates, but I don't know what you said.
Yeah. That was pretty much all I said was just the Emerald Tops update.
Awesome. Well, for my pick, as much as I love soccer, I don't really need a Phil Foden one of my collection, although it is a sick card. Zion, a little risky, I think, for now 99 from Prism, where there's just so many different choices you can make with Zion cards, but the Acuna, that's undisputable one of his best rookie cards in my opinion, like Nate said too. I'm going with the Independence Day F76 at the 5K range. For the $1,000 range, that is, I'd say, the toughest segment of all of these. Nate brought up a good point on Jay-Z. I think Aaron Rodgers rookie auto, even if it is a PSA 8 with the 10 auto, it's numbered at 125. It's hard to pass that. But 56 Tops is actually my favorite vintage sets of all time. I have the 56 Jackie Robinson, so I'm going to pick the 56 Mantle SGC 3 to match my 56 Robinson I have, the $1,000 range. And then for the $100 range, I have to go with the McDavid update, OPG rookie SGC 9.5. Dude's head and shoulders the best in the NHL by far. Like better, he's got more space between the second best player in the NHL than any other sport out there. I think it's unbelievable. That's what I'm choosing. Now, Nate, how about your picks for the audience quick?
So Jordan's made some choices. Acuna, we agree there.
Yep.
Mantle, I mean, I can definitely see that. And then McDavid, NHL. Actually, obviously Yelich is a pick for my heart here instead of strategically thinking it out. So I get that.
What do you think Instagram voted?
I'm guessing they voted Zion, Mantle, and McDavid.
All right, here we go. First one. Oh, shoot. What happened there? This one's a little bit zoomed out. But this is the $100 range, and it was Wonder with 51% of the votes actually went with the Wonder Gold 50 from 2021, which is a third-year prospect card, PSA 9. 36% went with McDavid and 13% with Yelich. The second row, the $1,000 row, 55% with Mantle, 28% with Rogers, and Nate's Jay-Z pick is down there at 17%.
Well, you're asking sports card collectors. We'll get non-sports card collectors. Ask them which one they want.
That's a fair point. And then the last one is the $5,000 range, and 40% picked the Acuna Independence Day at 76. 32% picked the Foden 1-of-1. Actually, in last place was the Zion with 28%. It was pretty close though. Like that's a pretty close vote right there. To where I think all you can make arguments for sure. It looks like in the chat, Ron says Acuna, Mantle, McDavid. Michael says Mantle, and Daniel says Foden, Mickey Mantle, and McDavid. So I was pretty close on that with a lot of people. A lot of people did like the Mantle for obvious reasons. Started to turn on 56 Mantle. All right, here we go. Trivia time. Let's roll right into it because it's 5:09 now, and there was the top 3 picks.
1 second, Aaron. While you're introducing it, Aaron, I'm gonna go turn on the light real quick.
Okay, I'm not introducing much, but go ahead anyways. We have sports card trivia here. We got 10 questions. They're going to be decently rapid fire, so make sure that you are ready to type your answers into the chat when I ask the question. And then we'll read off some of the audience answers. I'll let Nate answer them too and give his thoughts. Hopefully, Nate, the goal is that you answer the question before you see any audience comments, because I have a feeling for a few of these they're going to know more than you. So I want you to answer before you start to see some of the audience comments.
Okay.
And to make one thing clear, the first 5 questions are from 5 different sports, and then from there it kind of goes and duplicates some of them, with it being baseball, basketball, football, soccer, and hockey. There's actually no Formula 1 questions, so sorry for all the Formula 1 fans, including myself. I did not put a Formula 1 question.
I'm a huge.
I know. I let Nate down. Trivia number 1. Which MLB superstar was missing from the 1954-1955 top sets despite being an all-star both of those seasons in the MLB?
Ted Williams.
Nate's answer is Ted Williams. Let's wait for a couple of the chat answers to come in here. Which MLB superstar was missing from the 1954 and 1955 top sets despite being an all-star both of those seasons? Wiz Collectibles says Ted Williams. Jordan says, Nate, how do we say it? I can't hear you. DiMaggio?
Joltin' Joe DiMaggio.
Yep. And then let's see if we can get one more answer here. Williams was in those sets, I think. So Michael is disputing what Nate and Wiz Collectibles says that Williams was in those sets.
I don't actually know.
Right. You threw out a name there pretty quick. And I will say it is not Ted Williams. I can confirm that.
Lou Gehrig. Joe DiMaggio. Yeah. No, Lou Gehrig would have been long past.
We are going to reveal the answer here right now and give some history behind it. The answer is Mickey Mantle. He had a gap in his cards. 1953 tops, 1953 tops and 1956 tops were the last, or the two that butted up against the gap year, 54 and 55. The 56 we just showed actually in the FlipQuest recap. And I actually thought about this the other day because I went and tried to find if there's a 54 Mickey Mantle because I never saw one before. And there actually isn't one. There's not a 54 tops Mickey Mantle. But there are 54 and 50 set. I know. 54 is a super iconic set. There is a 54 and 55 Bowman Mantle, though. There's a 54 and 55 Bowman mantle. And the reason being is that Bowman signed him to exclusive rights for 54 and 55, where they couldn't make Topps cards of Mickey Mantle. But lo and behold, in 1956, Topps bought Bowman. Which is why Mickey Mantle cards did return in 1956. I never knew why it was missing until I did a little research and read on postwarcards.com that answer. And here is actually, they put this in the Sports Illustrated magazine here. It was a what could have been black and white mock-up back. They put this way back. I don't know what issue this was published in, but that was what the 54 Mantle could have looked like. Would have been a spectacular card. Although it does look like he's bunting, which is kind of weird. But either way, beautiful, beautiful set. And then here is a mock-up of the 55 that they put into Topps magazine centerfold. I think that was back in the 90s. They published that. So those cards were never made. I wish they were, but really crazy to see that one. Trivia number 2, basketball this time. During the NBA bubble in 2020, whose Prism Silver PSA 10 increased over $1,000 within 2 weeks and subsequently dropped nearly $1,000 2 weeks after that?
Bobo.
It took 2 weeks for it to gain $1,000, and it took 2 weeks for it to drop $1,000.
Bobo.
Bobo? No,
that's what I'm going with. Bobo.
1,000. Bobo was the first answer from Wiz Collectibles. Also, do you have another guess, Nate?
Let me actually think. Let's see. Trying to remember the bubble. Who would have been super hot in the bubble and then disappeared?
But also was worth good money.
Oh, TJ Warren's. I feel like he was also kind of hot, but I don't know if that was regular season. Man, the bubble's so long ago, dude.
It is a while ago. It's such a crazy time. So we got some answers from the chat.
Was it some random Laker?
No, it wasn't.
Or something?
No, it wasn't. But Jordan Poole was Daniel's answer. TJ Warren, Jordan's. Magic also said Bobo. Jordan said Jamal Murray, and Jordan said Diamond Mitchell, which both those two dudes were super hot, but no, this was neither. Well, I will say this. It actually could have been one of these two. Most likely not. I know who the players that I meant for this, and I highly, highly, highly doubt that anyone else fits into this category. But here we go. The answer is Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr.'s 2018 Prism Silver PSA 10 was around $450 to $600 within 2 to 3 sales after he dropped there's 35 or 40 points in back-to-back games. Went up to $1,600 plus, and then 6 sales after that, it took for it to drop down to $700, and then it dropped all the way back down to $600, and then it rose from there actually back over $1,000. So MPJ is the answer.
What an absolute chart! Just climbing the entire time, just has that one random little blip up, but otherwise it's climbing.
No, for sure. And this is through the end of 2020, so this is not now. This card is now worth very little money compared to that. I think it's probably $150 or something now, which is crazy, Nate. I saw a raw sell for $20. Remember when I sold a raw for $75? It's actually worth $202 as of right now, but just unbelievable. Devin Booker and Kat were also other answers, and Tyler Hero also. And Wiz Collectibles and Nate are vibing on the incorrect answers right now. Right away, y'all both said the same two things.
Yes, we are.
I like this one a lot. This one should be fun. Trivia number 3. When is the last year a wide receiver topped the charts for a draft class's card sales over any QB taken from that year? And that's as of right now. Sorry, that is as of right now. That's not when the product's released. That's as of today. Which year was it that a wide receiver, cards were produced, is worth more as a wide receiver today than any other quarterback from the class? I'm looking for a year. I'm
going to guess. Let's see. Jameis was drafted in 2015. So I'm either going to go with 2015 Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, and I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you what wide receiver draft in that draft. Or I'm going to go with
Stephon Diggs was the best wide receiver from that draft.
All right. Or I'm going to go with early 2000, David Carr 2002 or whatever.
That's your guess with Jameis and Marcus was pretty good, but those players have actually gained some value recently because both are now going to be in position to start this year.
Starting spots, yeah.
They're so not I'd say last year, maybe Stephon Diggs was worth more, but as of right now, both those two guys are worth more than Stephon Diggs. We do have a correct answer in the chat. So the order here is 2011 for Jordan, 2010 for the other Jordan. Which both of those years could have actually been true, I guess. If you're thinking Julio Jones from 2011 over a Cam Newton, or 2010, where it was Tebow Bradford and Colt McCoy, and then you're thinking was like Des Bryant, Demaryius Thomas, RIP, were the best receivers, or tight end. Rob Gronk would actually be the most valuable of 2010. But the correct answer actually came from Wiz Collectibles. It's 2013 with DeAndre Hopkins, and the quarterbacks were Geno Smith and EJ Manuel.
I forgot about Geno Smith and EJ Manuel completely.
Exactly. So this is the 2013 NTRPA of DeAndre Hopkins, the Blackout 25 that recently sold for $444 as an SGC9. The out of 99 of Geno Smith, which some would say is more sought after than the 25, sold for $50 back on February 24th of 2022. And EJ Manuel hasn't played in the NFL in forever.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Geno Smith like currently kind of in position to be a starting quarterback in the NFL with the Seahawks?
I think that Drew Lock, I think, is going to probably, I mean, maybe, I don't know for sure. Maybe they're going to battle it out and see who does start, but you're right. I mean, they could be in contention, but definitely DeAndre Hopkins' market is more valuable than Geno Smith. However, I will say, ever since the suspension, like this NT hasn't sold since the suspension. And I did look at his top score in PSA 10, which still did outsell Geno Smith recently. But you never know. I mean, Geno Smith, if he does slot in and start this year and DeAndre Hopkins is suspended, maybe this isn't the case. But yeah, as of right now, 2013 would be the most recent class. And actually, the class I was thinking of personally when putting this together was 2007 with Calvin Johnson, Adrian Peterson. I thought that might have been the year until I realized, oh no, that 2013 quarterback class was so atrocious. That wouldn't make it that far. Jordan, I actually turned this around within the last hour and a half. Pretty good. I know. I took a nap, woke up, and said, these are all the questions I'm going to come up with. Trivia number 4. How many different parallels are there for the Erling Haaland 2019 Immaculate Rookie, and what are they? So, I mean, this might take a while for people to type in the chat, but how many different parallels are there for the Erling Haaland Rookie, including the base? I'll give you one. There is a base number out of 99. And what are they? Nate, could you answer this question? Give me what they are, because it might take people longer to type in what they are.
I have not a single clue.
Well, Nate has no clue. I'm glad that Jordan and Wiz Collectibles love the questions. I'm happy. I'm actually going to turn a couple of these in an Instagram post for this week, I think, because I was pretty happy with how this came out. So we've got Jordan said 6. Kellen said of 99 out of 50, 25 out of 5, and 1 of 1. Kellen is close. Not the correct answer, but close. I will say,
is there out of 75 in there somewhere?
I'll give a hint. Jordan is correct. There is 6. Kellen is correct on 4 of the 5 that he put there, but there's also 6. So you're missing 1, and 1 of them is wrong. Nate, give me a guess from Kellen's answer and go down the line.
All right, I'm guessing out of 99, out of 75, out of 50, out of 25, a 1 of 1, and I'm guessing out of 10 instead of out of 5.
You're right. It is out of 5 instead of out of 10. Sorry, it is out of 10 instead of out of 5, but you're missing, and there's none out of 75. So there's one different one. No one said it yet. Here it is. Out of 99, out of 50, out of 25, out of 10. And down at the bottom here, Ruby FOTL out of 8 and a 1 of 1. It's a hard question. Ruby first off the line out of 8. And then the 1 of 1.
Have you ever seen one?
Dude, I couldn't find a picture on one, but I know I've seen out of 8 of like Reece James before. So I knew that there was red out of 8, an FOTL parallel. I just have never seen Erling Haaland. I couldn't find any pictures of one. So that's why it's not displayed here. But that is the 6. So Jordan had the correct number. And no, Jordan, I don't have the rainbow for it. But I love the this set. I have a couple of the Mason Mounts of it. I didn't buy the 1 of 1 of him. It was just too much at the time. And it was actually available on auction, but was happy to see how much it sold for when it did, because it sold really strong. Number 5, which set was the most expensive Connor McDavid card sale of all time pulled out of?
Upper Deck the Cup.
Nate says Upper Deck the Cup.
Is that a set?
It is a set, and it is like the national treasures of hockey. So you're on a good you're on a good track right now. How confident? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you have the right answer?
1%.
Jordan says the cup. Kellen says the cup. And it was exquisite. Just kidding. It was the cup. Exquisite. It was the cup. Nate, you were right. Exquisite parallels were inserted into the cup. I was trying. You just broke up for a second. But I was
I've
trying to
always
throw
said
more-
Nathan Rodabaugh.
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
I can.
I've always said Nathan Rodabaugh and NHL fan go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Absolutely. But I actually want to throw someone in there as kind of like oh, gotcha. But then no, you actually got it right because they put exquisite collection cards into the cup. So it was pulled out of the cup, but I didn't know if anyone was going to remember it. This was the most expensive Connor McDavid card sold, 144,000 just back in February. Why is Nate in 24p or 240p?
We're on like 1 bar Wi-Fi over here, so we're just working with what we got.
That's what I was assuming. But yeah, so that was the most expensive one. But question number 6 is actually a follow-up. This was not the most expensive by the dollar amount that sold for, but back in 2020, the jersey number 97 out of 99 PSA 9, the Cup RPA. This is the Cup RPA. This is not the exquisite insert. It sold for $135,000 back in 2020 via Leland's. What is the card ladder estimate value on this today? I will say it is more than the most expensive cards that we just said, which was 144K. So this is technically probably like one of the most valuable cards he has, other than maybe like a 1 of 1, Shield of the Exquisite, which is up on on eBay for like $5 million, I think. But Nate, give me a number. What do you think that the estimate value for this card is today, the 97 out of 99?
290K.
Nate says 290K. Jordan says 641. Bryce says 350. 500K from Ron Fig, 225 from Kellen. And I will reveal it here. If one more comes in, I'm looking for Jordan, looking for Magic to say something. Let's see. I don't know about that. Do hockey players have to wear certain numbers like in football? I don't think so. Wiz Collectible says 195, and Magic says 1,135,000. That person would be very happy if they bought it and it's worth $1 million something today. The true
Magic,
answer is
crazy
564,000. So Ron comes away with the closest guess without going over. 564,000 is the estimate value as of today for this McDavid, based on how his market has moved over the last 2 years, and that's for a PSA 9 97 on 99. Pretty massive card with a sick patch. Nate, you like that?
That was way more than I was expecting. I mean, I guess I should have thought about it. Top hockey player. There's a ton of hockey fans out there, but like
the top end hockey market's really increased, and especially since 2020. It's really increased in the last like 8 months, and even more so since 2020.
Man, what was I doing? I should have been buying. I
don't know what you're doing, man.
Hockey cards. Yeesh.
Trivia number 7. This is going to be a run of baseball questions in a row. So Nate, I hope you're excited. I hope everyone in the chat's excited too. Nate, you don't get to answer this card or this question. What was the first year the current first Bowman logo was used on a prospect card? The first year, the current first Bowman logo, where it just says like first and then Bowman or anything. What was the year it was first used?
1954.
No. Get out of here.
I'm just kidding.
This is a question to see who was paying attention in last night's. Yeah, no, you said 54. Who was paying attention in last night's live stream? So the current one that's on like 2021 and 2022 cards. When was the first time that thing was used? Bryce says 2012. Wiz Collectible says 2014. Jordan 2011. Gabriel 2012. One of those answers is correct. And the correct answer is 2014 with Mookie Betts' year. The first Bowman logo was used for the first time like it is today. Because back in 2010 and years around that, it looked like this. And the Christian Yelich card said first Bowman Chrome card. Now it says first Bowman. So that was actually asked. We looked that up in last night's live stream. So anyone that was there last night, congrats if you were paying attention. He probably has got the correct answer. Alrighty, next question. How much did the Mookie Betts 2014 Bowman Chrome Superfractor Auto 1 of 1 sell for in 2019? I don't want to know what you think it's worth today. I want to know what you think this thing sold for back in 2019.
84K.
84K, Nate says. Any other guesses? And also, Wiss knew that because they were the ones I asked last night. Well, there you go. Good memory. Ron says 20K. Michael says 48K. Bryce says 300K, which would be a massive sale for a card back in 2019. I will say, Bryce, you are a little high. You are a little high in that price. Wiz Collectibles 113, Kellen 110, Jordan $6,000. What's up, Tech? All right, here we go. The correct answer would be $79,200 back in 2019. Nate was pretty close. I mean, yes, he went over, but he was definitely the closest. You said
Close.
84, right?
Yeah, under 5K away.
Yeah, 79,200. That was a really good guess. Carlisle estimate value is 269,000 on this right now, but given that the Aaron Judge 9.5 just sold for 340, I have to imagine that this would go for more than 270 right now. Granted, he has bounced around, and I was on the Dodgers, so I guess bounced around, went from the Red Sox to the Dodgers. Nothing crazy. Michael would love to own that. I think a lot of us would. This card is beautiful. That superfractor looks awesome on there. Really good. All right, we've got 2 questions left. This is the last baseball one here and last Bowman question. Nate, you can answer this. Well, actually, maybe not. I don't know. You can answer because people will be typing right now. What year was the first Bowman logo completely omitted from all prospect cards and autos post 2010?
2013. Oh wait, no, it didn't have the first logo on 2013. 2015.
Once again, what year was the first Bowman logo completely omitted from all prospect cards and autos? It was not used on any card, no matter if it was the player's first card or not. We've got 2015, 2013 from Kellen, 2013 from Bryce, 2012 from Jordan, 2014 from Michael. But Michael just said what the year the first one it was switched over with. And Michael then said Buxton year. Gabriel says whatever Nate says. Well, don't listen to Nate. And Wiz Collectible says 2017. Nate, your answer was correct at first. You knew that. 2013. That's just what we're talking about. There's no first Bowman logo on there.
Oh, I thought you meant after it became a thing.
No.
I was just looking at Aaron Judge cards, and there was no first anywhere on those 2013.
Correct,
so that was my first guess.
JP Crawford, no logo. Aaron Judge, no logo. Byron Buxton, no logo. Nate, basically the way I found this out was I was looking at different things about, just Bowman Chromos for this trivia. And I was like, you know what, Nate, we talked about last night. Why was there no first logo in Aaron Judge? I look it up. Byron Buxton, no logo. JP Crawford, no logo. Carlos Correa, who did have a 2012 non-auto, but in 2013 has no logo, which made sense, which is why I thought, oh, it doesn't matter. He didn't, he had one before that. But literally all the top selling cards didn't have it. So it's like, this is just weird. No first Bowman logo in 2013. But they did have it in 2012 and 2011 and 2010. The year I showed with Yelich. It looked like this for Lindor's cards. It looked like this for Lindor's cards, for Jack Peterson's cards in 2012, all that stuff. But no 2013. I don't know why. Not really sure. And Michael said, forget that year, but remembered because I've been buying up Buxton's. Well, there you go. Is he actually hitting awful now?
Low average, low on base. Does damage
Gotcha.
when he makes contact, but yeah, it hasn't been spectacular.
Yes, Jordan, 0 F1 questions today. Yes, we will do a sports card trivia in the future again because this is really fun, and we'll do this again, and then I will have F1 questions in there. I just bouncing between the baseball ones were kind of fun with the first Bowman. But the last question here to close out this Memorial Day live stream. Which basketball insert from the 1990s would be most likely to be sent a cease and desist if it was created today?
Is there like a Law and Order one or something?
No, this is serious. Like, which insert would actually get sent like a cease and desist for using something they can't on the card?
Oh no, I thought the Dunkin' Go Nuts one was. Jordan says Dunkin' Go Nuts, but I thought that was like in correlation with Dunkin' Donuts.
Jordan says Dunkin' Go Nuts. Matt says Dunkin' Go Nuts. Michael says Dylan C's T-ball card. Wiz Collectible says might not be saying it right, but The Rock. That's actually a pretty decent guess. But no, I did put down Dunkin' Donuts because it says no Dunkin' Donuts branding anywhere. There's nothing that says Dunkin' Donuts on this card. It says Dunkin' Go Nuts.
Really? Not even on the back? There's no little thing that's like Dunkin' Donuts?
No. It's got nothing.
Really?
This is not done. Yeah. From what I know, this is not done in partnerships with Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts was established in 1950. I know.
I always assumed it was like one of those, like, you bought a dozen donuts, maybe you get a card back in the 90s.
No. This was pulled off Skybox EX in 1998. And from what I know, This was completely used without any approval from Dunkin' or from any collaboration. There's no Dunkin' Donuts logo or branding anywhere outside of the very use of the font. And Jordan says, you're correct, Aaron. Copyright infringement. I was actually trying to see if there's any articles on Dunkin' Donuts actually suing Skybox for this, which I don't think they did. And that's why I said if it were to be created today, because today, if something like this happened, you could bet that there'd be a cease and desist or a copyright infringement type of thing showing up on Topps or Panini's doorstep. I can pretty much guarantee that. But here we are, and I think it's a super famous insert, in my opinion, one of the best basketball inserts in the 90s, just because I think it looks awesome. Plus, I'm a massive Dunkin' fan. For anyone that doesn't come to watch what's brewing and whatnot, you've got to come to that next because
you can go get your Charlie coffee.
I just had that actually 2 days ago. It's free though. I use those rewards well. I get like buy 2 get 1 free all the time, basically, which sounds like a better deal in my head than it probably actually is. But and Michael said back then they weren't as big. Yes, Dunkin' definitely has revolutionized in the last like 4 years with their rebrand and mostly going to coffee.
Well, all they had back then was their trash donuts.
Dude, I know
they didn't have their trash coffee to go along with it.
I 100% agree with you. The donuts stink, but I will say June 3rd is National Donut Day, I think. And that's June 3rd. So I'll try. Oh wait, actually we're in New York. Maybe we'll have to go find Dunkin' in New York. But either way,
we will find a nice bakery in New York to go to.
We will. We'll find some bagels and get some good bagels. I'm super excited about that. The Juice Man says free advertisement. I always thought it was registered. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but that would maybe also make sense if they're just like, hey, we'll give you free advertisement. But I don't know anything about that either. Jordan said this was fun. Thanks, Serenade. Of course, we hope all of you had a good time. And I will point out that today this week we have a Whatnot stream schedule. Tomorrow, Nate is doing $1 buy it now baseball packs here live from the SlabStox studio in Milwaukee. Nate is doing $1.
I'm gonna be moving that up to 4:00 if you're okay with that. 4:00 as opposed to 5 for our dollar packs tomorrow. What?
You sure you can't do 5? It's been set like that for over a week.
I know, but my one chance to get to watch my nephews play baseball is tomorrow.
Okay.
They start at 6.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna keep you from the nephews baseball game. So 4:00, 4 p.m. tomorrow. We'll switch that time for the $1 baseball packs on Whatnot. 2013 Bowman Chrome and 2003 Bowman Chrome, so a decade apart. Come along, $1 packs. And then Wednesday, I'm trying to do Formula One Sapphire. Having massive issues with Topps getting the box here. They've been delaying shipment on some of these, so it might be Wednesday or it might have to get rescheduled. But June 3rd, also 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Central time for some Topps Chrome release day case break. That is the plan right now for soccer. This is very subject to change because of different release schedules and everything. Mostly Topps is having trouble with, I guess, releasing products on time. But either way, please stay tuned on the Whatnot app. And Jordan, we only got one, but I'll have a couple more that weren't ordered directly from Topps. And I had a great time today, everyone. I hope you all did too. And come back next Sunday for the Flip Quest at 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. Whatnot all this week. And then also SlabStox Live it will return next week, and maybe we'll do sports card trivia again, or we'll do that in one of the upcoming future episodes. Everyone have a great rest of your Memorial Day, and we will talk to you in the next live streams.
See you guys.